Hello.
How are you now?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm anxious just to talk about world championships, but we'll start
Yeah,
of
yeah,
how you started gymnastics. So tell me, a little bit about how you came to take gymnastics.
yeah. So for me, before I did gymnastics, I actually did baseball before gym, but I didn't really like it, so I was kind of bored with it. And I think even when I was doing baseball, I kind of already had gymnastic skills before I did gym, so I was already doing backflips, like right on, like literally like 10 back springs in a row, like at the park. And just like doing handstands like around my house, doing like flips off like my gate at schools and stuff like that. So my mom kind of saw that and basically she put me in gymnastics to learn how to fall correctly. Go figure. But once I got into that environment, I just kind of like unleashed the beast. Like I was able to just do whatever I want, kind of just like experiment. And how I got into competitive gymnastics, at rebounds, I was taking classes, and one of my old teammates just like, saw kind of how more advanced I was than everybody else in the club. He asked me like what else can you do? And I just did just a back tuck right in front of him. And he hasn't even learned that skill yet. And we basically was just like, all right, I'm gonna go get the coach real quick. And then after that, the head coach at the gym talking to my mom was just like, yeah, we really kind of like to see how he would do on the team. He's pretty advanced for his level, so I kind of wanted to see how he would do. And then after that, as soon as I went to team, I started learning new things and kind of just like took off from there. Never really stopped. I was
So
just
how old were
excited
you when
about
you
learning.
started? Yeah. How old were you when you started doing competitive?
I think I was about 7 once I started competitive.
Now,
Yeah,
this is interesting because I think so. My son actually he's a gymnast too, and he really wanted to do gymnastics. We went down to Chelsea Piers, whatever. Even though I had this whole gym, I had TNT. I didn't have a lot of men's gymnastics, which, by the
yeah.
way, is my favorite discipline. Just so you know, if I watch as men's, but it's really hard when you're young because you need so much strength. Like it seems like they were just like conditioning forever. Is that how it is
Yeah. Uh, for
when you're
for me,
young?
it's kind of hard because like for me, I was kind of a natural, so I feel like I'm a different breed there, but
Ah,
like be compared to my teammates growing up, I would say yes, I had the skills, but I didn't have the refinement. I didn't have the basics, so
interesting.
that that was kind of like my downfall. So it was like another teammate. Actually, he's my best friend. Like we were kind of at the same level, growing up, like level 6. And then like and then once I started getting like more skills, that's kind of where I kind of took off a little
Ah,
bit. But I think for me, like the basics was something I kind of missed because I was just like I was
throwing
kind of just
stuff.
worried about I was just worried about making the skill because I could always make it. It was a matter of like who you do it for, right? So that took me a while. That probably I didn't really start really focusing on basics until I like moved to the OTC. So
That's so interesting, really.
yeah, yeah. That's like when I
Ah.
actually started focusing on like really refining my gymnastics instead of just like doing the skills and making them.
And when you had to do that one, what was your mindset? Because you kind of have to go back. Don't you have to like kind of go back and not do all the hard stuff and just go back to doing the basics like you said?
Yeah, so when I was kind of going through that process, I was just doing like basic routines, just kind of like hitting my
Mm.
forms, making sure positions are right and stuff like that. And then once I threw my skills in there, honestly, I just needed to think more. Just really needed to like just be aware, like just be more cautious, like, okay, I'm about to go in for this skill. What should my body be doing? Squeezing my legs, pointing toes, like arm straight, squeeze, like all that, those like little things. So once I was able to kind of get that mind shift into thinking more about the skills, then it became second nature. Now I don't have to think about it at all. 'Cause now my body just does it naturally. So
Well, that's great. Now, how long did it take you to have to go through this phase of concentrating on basics, though?
uh I'll probably say maybe like 3 years.
Wow.
Cause once the routines got harder, like cause when the routines get harder, that's when like the focus kind of goes away. You're just trying to make it. So
Hmm.
I think to combat that is also just being in good condition, making sure your endurance is good. So when you get run into those situations where you might be struggling, you still put in that extra work you did in the gym, and you're able to, stay composed and actually focus on what the next skill you need to do is and how to make sure you're doing it correctly. But I mean, it's still hard. There's like levels to it.
Right, right, right. But it's interesting because people always ask me, especially for gymnastics, because it requires so much, like for one patient, you just said it took you 3 years just to concentrate on that. And sometimes young people don't want to do that when it takes did you always
Yeah.
have this in you? Like what to this kind of drive?
I didn't think I had it in me, but I feel like once I hit a certain point of my career, I was just kind of like, dang, I have to keep going and really see how far I can take it because I'm like actually starting to get good at this sport. So as soon as I realized that, I was like, yeah, I'm kind of stuck in it now.
That's interesting.
I was like, there's no turning back, but in the best way possible, obviously.
And it's interesting because you've had quite a long career. What do you attribute that to?
Just me kind of always being excited about learning new skills. But I would say most of all is obviously just the goal of making the Olympic team. Uh, after I can still remember after 2016 not making the team how devastated I was because I think that was honestly like my second most heartbreaking gymnastics moment I've ever had. But
Wow.
it kind of shaped me into the person I am now because like I feel like in my life I've nothing's ever came the first try. I've always had to go through trials and error. So for me, thinking back then, I was like, well, what would I have done if I did make the Olympic team? And it ended up being great. Like who knows what type of person I would be like now compared to then. So I feel like it also just humbled me, maybe appreciate, kind of like the little things. Because, even though, I mean, you want to make the Olympic team, that's not like the most important thing in life. There's so much more you can do outside of gymnastics. So, I mean, even if it doesn't happen this time, I still want to, put myself in the best position that I can. And as long as I can still compete, why not at this point?
Oh, that's
Still feel
amazing.
good.
Yeah, it's all good. And talk about patience. You got to talk about this ring championships. Woo! I mean, talk about patience in one way, but super exciting and having something named after you. So tell me how you felt being
Yeah.
there, because that's like, wow.
Just like at World Championships, you mean?
Yes.
Uh, I mean, well, it was my sixth one, so I've had experience going to World Championships, but this one was cool because we never had one in Jakarta. So I was just
Okay.
excited just go to a place I've never been before because it's always either in Europe
Yeah.
or Japan or So I took that for what it was. Fly honestly, when I first got there, the airport was amazing. It kind of looked like a futuristic like jungle theme like airport. It was kind of cool. But I think the rest of the world has pretty amazing airports than the US, but that's topic for another time.
Right.
Um, just being there, uh, it felt like Florida. It was hot, same exact weather, so that kind of made things more comfortable. Um, Even though it was an individual world, so we still had a bunch of guys there that we have on the team that we really connect very well. We de and we have I felt like we had a good mix of rookies and vets on the team. Having me, Asher, and Brody as the
Mhm.
veterans, and then Patty, Cameron, and Brandon as the rookies. I think it was a good balance because they've never been to the world before, so it was fun to see their excitement, and also for me to kind of bring them along the way and make sure that this experience don't like be like the biggest thing in the world
Mm.
because at the end of the day, it's still another competition and you want to treat it that way and make sure your preparation is exactly the same. So from that standpoint, I would say it was pretty fun for me because I felt like I was able to kind of steer the ship, kind of control all the guys' emotions and making sure that they were kind of locked in to get ready out there and go compete.
That makes you, and it's great to be a leader like that. So tell me about your thoughts when it came to the ring competition.
I just wanted to go out there and just do a normal routine. Nothing high, nothing low. Just do exactly what I've been doing at practice, like literally every single day. And that was like my mindset going in. I didn't really look at the scores at all. Honestly, when ring finals came up, I was the last one, but I went in the back gym and just warmed up while everybody else was competing. And then I came out and just did my ring set when it was time. So
Wow.
for me, I just wanted to make everything feel as normal as possible. And I know that that routine for me is more on the easier side than what I used to compete, and it's only because of
Interesting.
the dismount. It's only because of the dismount. So
Right.
I knew that like, okay, I can bang out this whole routine pretty easy. The only thing that matters is the dismount. How well am I gonna land it? When I did my dismount, the prelims, I thought that dismount was better than finals, but everybody was telling me like, oh no, this one was way better. But I felt like I guess I had 110s hop on both, but I don't know. I felt like the first day was a little bit cleaner, but I think the dismount is like such a wow factor, and it just puts the exclamation point on your routine. So I think that helps a lot too, also.
Well, yeah, I think so too. Especially one that's your own, not just any old
Yeah,
dismount. You know, how
yeah,
does
and I
it?
think that's
Yeah,
yeah, I think that's cool too. Like, yeah, I didn't really think about that. To compete your own dismount and then win an event, that's cool. Most people haven't done that, so that's a cool thing, I guess.
yeah, you are pretty laid back about this whole thing. I'm
And
saying,
I know that's kind of my issue. I mean, like I get the importance of it and stuff like that, but I guess I still don't fully see like the whole overall impact. I mean, I see it on social media all the time, but like I don't know. I'm not like the person that's kind of just gonna go out just like go out about like their accomplishments. I'm pretty conserved. I don't really care.
that's interesting. But it's crazy. I
Yeah,
mean, I have to say congratulations. It's really seriously, it's hard when you're in the middle, maybe doing it to see how impactful it is to other
yeah,
people, which and social media just amplifies that, right? On
yeah.
top
So
of
like, and then when I do see it, I'm like, oh crap. Okay, I guess it was pretty big.
yeah. Yeah, yes, it was. Yes, it was. So that's so interesting. So you talked a little bit about kind of two things. What about your life outside of gymnastics? Because I know gymnastics takes a lot of time, but what other things do
Yeah.
you like doing?
I mean, I'm a sports junkie. I love watching sports. Like I literally watch ESPN every single day, just like every different sport possible. I just like watching sports. Kind of puts me at ease.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
I also like creating content. I like designing. I love art. Love
Hmm.
fashion. Uh,
Cool.
who else? What have I started liking lately? I like to cook actually.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
cooking's
good.
fun. I guess it's another form of art, right?
Hmm.
Like they say like cooking is an art and baking is a science. I'm not good at science,
Ah.
so I'll stick to the cooking art form.
That's interesting. That's good. I wish
Yeah.
I could say I don't have that artist talent, but it's a good thing. So, so tell us a little bit about your family and how you said your mom got you into gymnastics, because I don't think people
Yeah.
understand this as much, how important a family is to
Yeah.
developing as an athlete in gymnastics.
Yeah, no, my family plays a big role in my gymnastics. I mean, for starters, my mom not alone did in gymnastics, she supported me throughout my whole junior career. Like literally driving me every day back and forth from practice. Even my coach, I consider my coach part of my family. He was, helping me out. My mom wasn't able to take me to practices or was able to pick me up on time. Even, waive like fees when my mom couldn't afford some things and stuff like that. So I think you know, just having the family, but also a strong gymnastics support system, and I guess you can call them family as well. I think that that can go a long way and really help uh bring kids up that normally wouldn't be or even give an opportunity to be in that position. And I feel like I was one of those kids that definitely benefited from having a great mom that wanted to make sure that I was in the gym every day and not on the street, and a actual caring coach that knew exactly how life was and wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to go down that same path. So he really like he didn't care like if my mom couldn't afford it for the month. He was like, no, I don't care. Just bring him to the gym. Just make sure he has a place to train and just be there in a good environment. So I feel like in that aspect, that was like the best thing that could have happened for me. And honestly, that I think that's a great way that gymnastics honestly saved my life. So
It's so interesting. So tell me about this coach, his name and the gym.
uh my old coach's name is Abdul Mameri.
Mm-hmm.
He just retired. He's done now.
But that's a long career because you started a minute ago.
Yeah.
But he just
Yeah,
retired.
I, yeah, and then I remember I remember when I left to go to the Olympic Training Center, and he was like, all right, he was like, well, you're gonna have some great coaches now. Whenever you come back, we'll see if I can still coach you. The year I came, after I came back, I had like some skills. He's like, yeah, I can't coach you anymore. He's like, this it's like, yeah, that's way too high level. I'm done.
That's amazing. But it
So,
sounds like an interesting environment when you were a younger athlete.
oh yeah, we had good buds. I actually had a good mixture of like African American kids and just honestly just all type of races of kids at my gym. So it was a pretty solid mix. Um, but like the group that I was in, it was actually kind of funny. So it was me, a black kid, and then we had another kid. Uh, one of my good friends' name is George. He's Greek, so he's an immigrant. And then we had my friend Tim. He's just like the blonde, the blonde kid. So like that was like us three, and we were like the best friends, and we're still good friends until now. So gymnastics really does give you a sense of brotherhood and gives you a real connection with people that you would never thought you would have a connection with.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, and you guess you spend a lot of time together,
Yeah, too much
right?
time.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything we can do about the time it takes to be a good gymnast. It just takes a lot of time. Um,
Yeah.
being a black in gymnastics, how is it? Because you said you told me about your team, which was mixed, but it's not always the case. We're seeing more on the elite level, no
Oh,
doubt. But does it
oh
work
yeah,
that
yeah,
way at the
yeah.
grassroots level?
Uh, I'm not sure. I feel like I haven't. I mean, I honestly I can't even say that because I was literally at some club meets earlier, and there was, yeah, I would have to say there are. It's definitely an uprising. I can definitely see some more black talent out there. I'm pretty sure at my last competition in Houston, I was at HMI. There was like two. I think there was at least like five like black like teenage kids that are probably gonna go to college within like 2 to 3 years. So like seeing that's great as it is, and that gives me more hope that more kids are gonna keep trying to strive and grind, and and they most likely are probably looking at those kids at that competition and like, wow, I want to be out there with them. It's like you really want to see the kids go out there and really have a face that they can look at and say, hey, like you're in a position I kind of can see myself in. Like, let me really try to like hone in and focus on what I really need to focus on so I can get to that level that you're at.
Yeah, that's great. I think it does make an impact for sure. So needless to
Yeah.
say, what because we're this is 2026 now already, and two more you kind of know in one way. Sometimes doesn't time go by fast? So for you, we're in 2026. You thinking about 2028? correct?
Not right now.
Not right now. So I'm curious, does it time like sometimes 2 years goes by fast, sometimes not, or how do you process? Like you said, you just take it like 1 year at a time, every 6 months at a time.
Uh, I try to split it up into six months at a time. Because like I feel like the more you break it up, then that way it kind of feels longer in a sense, and you won't really get overwhelmed, and you'll
Ah,
be able to plan out, have a nice plan instead of trying to plan out for a whole year. Just plan out for 6 months. You can even plan out for 1 month out of the year. So it kind of depends on you and like your processes and how organized you want to be and how really precise you want to be for each and everything you do every day to make sure that you're staying consistent. But for me, I feel like I try to find like that balance. I don't want to be like super structured. I want to, have some leeway sometimes to, do something that, I want to do because you don't want to just be working like consistently all
mm,
the time. Like you need a break.
good, good point.
Like breaks are important. So for me, I try to do like 6 months at a time and just really focus on just really focus. I really try to focus on honestly each day at a time, to be honest with you. Because like you wanna make sure you're enjoying every moment. You don't want to really start looking ahead. You want to stay in the moment and just enjoy it.
And can you say that because having such a long career, what do you think the goal, what do you think it's been that's kept you in the sport for so long?
Uh, I mean, just a love for the sport. Uh, what it brings out of me, and for the most part, I would say I really like traveling and
Mm.
exploring different places, seeing my old international friends because I have a bunch of friends that I'm not gonna go out and see just on a regular basis, but like if I'm competing, like, hey, what's up?
Right.
Like I'm gonna go see you. So I mean, it's just fun going to competitions and like not just for like the competitions, but like everything outside of that. You build new relationships, you see new cultures, you experience new things, and I feel like for me, growing up in Baltimore, there's not really the kids that's experienced traveling like I have. So as by itself, I feel like I'm just blessed with as it is. Because like I remember my first world championship, I was going to China. I was like, man, this is weird. I don't know how many black people I knew that went to China. And then when I was in China, I didn't see any black people. Well, I saw one at the mall,
Right.
but like literally this dad was like following me around like with his camera. And his son was just like pissed off. He was so mad. He was just like that. Like,
That's
but it
funny.
was cool. It was a cool experience.
Yeah, I think people don't put enough on that, the experience that you have to see the world, and like you said, the relationships that you see folks kind of maybe once or twice a year, you see them at the World Cup or World Championships, but you do have relationships with these people. And I think the thing that people need to understand from your perspective is that these people all know what you do. They're in different countries and stuff
Yeah,
like that, but everybody's training like you are. Everybody's got this kind of life, and you meet up like this.
everyone's in the same boat. We just speak different languages.
Right,
That's
right,
pretty
right.
much it.
That's it. But you get to know them after the time, which is really great.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly. And then every time you see him, it's like one big reunion.
that's cool. Yeah, no, that's a great part of being able to see the world and have that exposure. But that first meet, if your first international meet with worlds was at China, that's a that's a game changer for a different culture for sure, for sure.
Oh yeah, it was. I got baptized real quick into that one.
That's funny. Yeah, yeah, that's good. So, I mean, I've just enjoyed talking with you. It's really exciting to do that one. I've loved your gymnastics for a long time, and you definitely have a
Appreciate it.
special place in the heart of everyone that loves gymnastics, that you keep going and we feel that joy that you have for gymnastics because sometimes people can not always look at that part,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and
And
that
I
you have it.
and you might not and people might not see it on my face majority of the time when I'm competing, but I'm actually kind of having fun. So so if whoever thinks like I'm not enjoying the sport, I am. I'm just like glad I'm done my routine.
That's funny. That's funny. So you're focused, but you're enjoying it, right?
Yep,
That's great.
exactly.
I really appreciate it. So is there anything you want to mention that you tell our viewers or just tell folks about you?
I don't really have anything, I guess, except for I don't know, just appreciate you for having me on here. It's been a pleasure. Um, hopefully we can chat again sometime. Uh, catch up on, I guess, the next thing that I have. Oh yeah, I forgot I've read one of the questions. You were asking what plans I have for this year. So uh I'm possibly gonna be competing in Turkey, I think. I mean, I won't know where I'm competing at until after Winter Cup, so
Mm-hmm.
they can get all the international assignments. But hopefully, I'm going to be competing in Turkey and then Pan American Championships in Brazil. So those are like the next things, and then after that, obviously, World Championships.
Wow. That's
So
great.
World Cup in Turkey. I already did the Cairo one. I don't want to go back.
Oh, really? Really?
Yeah, they ruined it for me.
Oh,
So I was
wow.
like, yeah, I'll go to Turkey. I'll check it out.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great thing to do. That's so funny. Well, I wish you the best as we're going, and I'd
Appreciate it.
love to talk to you again. And thank you so much for sharing your time with us. It was really fun to talk to you.
Absolutely. Thank you.